Found this in the shed when I was tidying up a bit. Now what is this? Probably bought it 10, 11, 12 years ago, I don't know, in this tube. What it actually is, it was marketed as a Pro Whip. This is a 7-meter fiberglass pole. As you can see, it's still got the sticker on it. A length of wire here that runs up inside the telescopic pole. A balun, I believe it's a 9-to-1 balun. Sticks on the bottom. And counterpoise wire. So let's set it up and see what it does. The reason I wanted to do this today, or test this today, was I've got a spare run of coax here, which is going to go to a vertical I'm going to put up. So I thought I'd try it with this Pro Whip. There it is in all its glory. It's just staked to the ground. And I'm going to just run out the counterpoise wire here to the balun, and we'll put it on the analyser before we put it on the radio and see how it looks. So there we go, the balun is just velcro to the pole there. Got the counterpoise going out in one direction, and the red wire just goes down to the bottom, and then, as I say, runs up through the centre of the pole. It's my 4-meter antenna next to it. So let's have a look on the analyser. Hooked up now, I've got the analyser on. We'll have a look at the antenna. Just up to, it should take us just up to over 50 megs, right through the shortwave spectrum, and see how it looks. Let it do its sweep, and we'll see it's low at some strange points in the spectrum. Actually, you can see at 50 megs it's 1.1, so it might not be a bad antenna on 6 meters. This. Let's have a look at the match on 40 meters. So I'm going to go to the SWR meter, and we're going to put in 7,100, 2.5, so bit high, starting to drop as we go outside of the band. Let's try 20 meters. So 0, 1, 4, let's say 0, 1, 4, 2. Well, that's pretty reasonable on 20. Probably the lower end of 20 is going to be better. So yeah, the data end and CW end of 20. Again, not too bad, sort of well within the range of the ATU in your radio. And let's try another frequency. Let's try 15 meters. 21 point. That's too high, isn't it? Let me try again. 0, 21, 2. Yeah, not so good there. A little bit high. And let's try 10 meters. 28.5. Again, it's not too bad. It's well within the range of an inbuilt ATU. In fact, you could run without an ATU there on 10 meters. And it was looking pretty promising for 6 meters. So I'll just try 51 3. And wow, yeah, okay. Looks like we might have a good 6 meter antenna here, or at least a decent match on 6. So those are the figures from the analyzer. Let's see if we can actually receive anything on this antenna. We've also got the antenna to tune up on the 17 meter band. Pardon me for the dog barking there. So we're going to run about 20 watts of everyone's favourite mode, or a little bit less than 20 watts, about 15 watts here of FT8. And let's see if we get any contacts. Ready receiving some stations on FT8. Band seems quite active. So I'm running the FT8 robot I showed you in a previous video, so I can get on with some other things around the shack while all this is running. And I see the FT1000MP here tuned up the Pro Whip very easily on 17 meters with the internal ATU. So let's let the rig carry on, and we'll come back to it a bit later and see if we can work anything on the Pro Whip. Well, hopefully you can see that we're having some success with FT8. As I say, we're running about 25 watts now. I wouldn't like to run more than that on a 100 watt transceiver, so I know some people do, but it's a full duty mode is FT8, and a quarter of the transceiver's power is more than enough. I always used to think of FT8 as a low power mode, but most people don't treat it that way. Again, plenty of receive activity. We've had 5 QSOs, 2 French stations, Czech, German, and a Croatian station. So that's not bad for what is basically 6 meters of wire running up a fiberglass pole. Now, we'll just go back and look at the sort of signal levels we're getting on the FT1000 here. I did use this Pro Whip portable a few times on holiday and had some contacts with it. Also used it at my partner's location to set up a temporary HF station. I had some QSOs on it, but where she lived at the time had a very high noise level, and high noise levels tend to be even worse on vertical, so that was the issue there. A quick receive check against the Western HF10 doublet I'm using, and there didn't seem to be a lot in it actually between the vertical and the doublet on 17 meters at least. So I may take this antenna up to my partner's new QTH, which is a quieter RF location, and set it up there. There's no doubt it's not a good antenna. It's very, very much a compromise at 6 meters long with that balun. The balun isn't particularly high quality. I remember having to waterproof that balun as it filled with water at the first rain shower. But it does work, and a poor antenna is better than no antenna at all. So that's where this antenna may be going. We'll let it run a bit more on FT8 and see what else we can work. And I'll let you guys know. But that is the Pro Whip. Sold about 10 to 12 years ago. They didn't cost a lot of money. I remember by the time you added up the cost of the fiberglass pole, the balun and the wire, I think it came with a couple of bungees and a ground stake. It wouldn't have been any cheaper to make it yourself, really. And it was before the likes of DX Commander were around as a commercial product. So there you go. That's the Pro Whip, 17 meters, FT8. So this is after running FT8 for a couple of hours, and you can see on PSK Reporter, been heard in quite a few places, mainly around Europe. I've had a couple of contacts into Greece, Turkey, Italy, France, so on. But we've also been heard in the States. There's one down near Tampa, Florida. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 or 8 reports in the US as well. So all in all, not bad for 25 watts to what is basically 6 meters of wire running up a fiberglass pole with a single counterpoise. Was set up in about 5 minutes. So there you go. That's the Pro Whip Vertical. It's been in the shed for any number of years, but we're going to dig it out and try it at another QTH soon, and we'll let you know how we get on. Be very simple to make one of these up. If I was to do it, I'd probably use a DX Commander 10 meter pole, a more substantial pole, and you've got more opportunities to tune with 10 meters of wire, and probably run a few more radials. But there's a certain simplicity to just having the one radial. It was very, very quick to set up, and it does work. There you go, the Pro Whip Vertical.